Hello everyone. For today's video, we're going to introduce you to the major scale. Now, a scale is just a row of notes. There are a million different kinds of scales, but we're just going to talk about the major scale, which is one of the most commonly used scale in the world. Now, the major scale has 7 different notes, like this. And then we usually repeat the first note again at the top, which makes it 8 notes total. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and back down. Now, I just played for you the C major scale. It started on C, but there are actually 12 different major scales. There's one that starts on every single different note of the piano. 12 total. They're all constructed the exact same way. So let's take that C major scale and look at it a little closer to figure out how major scales are constructed. So again, we're starting on C, and we have a combination of seconds, of major and minor seconds, that create the major scale. And also it's the same combination for every single major scale. So from C, we're going to jump up a major second. That takes us to D. Then we're going to go up another major second. That takes us to E. Then a minor second, which takes us to F. Then a major second, then another major second, and another major second, and then to return to the C, we go a minor second. So mostly major seconds, but there were 2 spots when we had minor seconds. Those happened between the 3rd and 4th note, and between the 7th note and 8th note. Every major scale is built that way. They're all major seconds except for the 3rd and 4th note is a minor second, and the 7th and 8th note is a minor second. Okay, now it's a little hard to think major second, minor second, major second, major second, major second, minor second. It's not very easy to say or remember. If we remember that major seconds are the same as a whole step, and a minor second is the same as a half step, then it's much easier to say whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. And you can even chant that to remember it. Whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. Whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. If you can remember that combination, you can build any scale. Let's do the same thing starting on G to build the G major scale. So here's a G. We're going to go up a whole step, and then we'll do another whole step. Here's our half step, and then 3 wholes in a row. So whole, whole. Careful here, this one is a whole step to a black note, and then another half step to end it. So we started and we went whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. And we just found that to play the G major scale, we wind up with an F sharp. That's 1 black note. It's different than the C major scale. The C major scale was only white keys. Let's do the same combination to find a D major scale. I'm going to start on this D down here. All right, there's our starting point. Let's go a whole step, and then another whole step, and then a half step, and then another whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. Okay, so let's put that all together. We have the starting note, and we go whole, whole, half, whole, When we figured that out, we found that there are two black notes in this one. We have F sharp and C sharp. So you're starting to see that every scale has its own combination of white keys and black keys, but no matter the combination, they always follow the pattern whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. Now, to end this video, for those of you who are not pianists, I'd like to talk a little bit about finger numbers, because these scales are much easier to play when you can play them with the proper fingering. For piano, your thumbs are finger 1. First, your index finger is finger 2, middle finger is 3, ring finger is 4, and pinky is finger 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When you play a scale, you often wind up crossing at some point in the scale, and it's different for each scale. Let's go back to the C major scale. If I play this scale in my right hand, I'm going to start it with finger 1, and I'm going to play 1, 2, 3. At this point, we usually cross our thumb underneath to the next note. And then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we go back down the way we went up. So we would play 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to cross to my third finger, 3, 2, 1 to finish the scale. Now that combination gets used in some of the other scales, not all of them, but some of them. It does get used in the G scale, which we figured out a moment ago. So let's look at how that works. We start off with the thumb. 1, 2, 3, cross under. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Going back down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cross number 3 over the thumb. 3, 2, 1. That combination even works for the D major scale, which we also figured out a moment ago. It looks like this. 1, 2, 3, cross under. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, cross the third finger over. 3, 2, 1. The left hand has its own combination. It's very similar. It's like the opposite, like a mirror image. If we do that C major scale, which I'll play down here because it's closer to my left hand, we start on finger 5. So for C major, we'd play 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, cross over to number 3, 3, 2, 1, back down, 1, 2, 3, cross the thumb under, 5, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That finger combination for the left hand is the same for the G major scale and the D major scale. To learn about the finger combinations for the rest of the 12 major scales, please refer to my major scales and fingering sheet. The link will be posted next to this video's link in my theory program.